There we go. Now we're live with a tornado warning in Illinois just issued. This storm definitely has a history of producing hail. As we are now live across platforms for a pretty intense severe weather day, moderate risk of severe weather across the Midwest, Illinois, and Indiana. Two different cells we're watching carefully in northeastern Illinois. The one to the north here is not tornado warned. It's heading towards Joliet, some big time hail possible in some of the far southern Chicago suburbs. But the cell to the south between Bloomington and Joliet, just past Pontiac, Illinois. This is the cell we're watching carefully. Brand new tornado warning on it. About a 30% chance of producing a tornado right now, according to Flash's live tornadic model, I should say. So we're live. We're going to let some folks filter on in here and cover a busy severe weather evening across the Midwest. There we go. Big time hail on this. Big time hail on that cell, that's for sure. There's the tornado warning, goes until 5:30 Central Time, so it goes for what, 37 more minutes. For what counties are in this warning? Hello, Madison Deese. I don't know. It doesn't say what counties this. Oh, there we go. It's at the top. For northeastern Livingston County in central Illinois for the next 37 minutes, we will be going live on TikTok. We'll probably go live at the top of the hour on the TikTok. Tornado watch for all yellow counties from southeastern Iowa, even a couple northeastern Missouri counties, and a good chunk of central Illinois. Does not include any of the southern suburbs of Chicago. We could see a severe thunderstorm watch for Chicago later on. That wouldn't surprise me. In our 18-hour future radar, look at this, 18-hour future radar picking up on this cell pretty perfectly. I think it's probably going a little bit too far north with that. We're going to see some new development off to the west, northwest of Peoria over the next couple of hours. And that activity will move into Chicago later on this evening, 10, 11 o'clock local time. It's going to be a noisy evening with wind, with hail, several different threats. Tornado threat, not so much though. The tornado threat stays south of Chicago. I can pretty much draw on the map where the tornado threat is because it's been in the 50s in Chicago for much of the day today. If we pull up some of these current observations. Well, thank you, Madison, for the promotion. You're way too kind. You don't need to do that. Some Discord support. Do we have some current observations? Those are loading on in. Wait for those to load in. Tornado chance with this cell has dropped, now down to 24%. That's good. That is good. We've got some storm chasers out there. One of our chasers is in Peoria. He's going to be watching what happens a little bit further back to the west as the event continues. The storm chaser footage will be interesting. We've also got storms off to the south as well. We still got, how many severe thunderstorm warnings? 11 different severe thunderstorm warnings. Look at that big time hail. Or is that moving into Abilene, Texas right now? It is. This is going to be some big time hail moving into Abilene. Oh boy. Big time hail moving into Abilene. I wonder what they're saying with the hail size. Let's turn our watch warn product on. Tennis ball size hail moving into Abilene. That is some big time hail. That is no bueno hail. Wow. I think we're going to go live on TikTok. Let me pull it up here. Let's make this a little smaller. There we go. I just saw Tonia's comment on the Facebook. Had a lot of things up here. Is it going to reach Erie County, Ohio? Yeah, late tonight it'll reach Erie County. But this is not going to be that major an event for... You'll get some wind, but no tornadoes, that's for sure. This would just be a wind event in northern Ohio. That is some crazy hail moving into Abilene, Texas right now. See those pinks and purples? Yuck. We don't get numbers that high very often. 93% chance of hail, and at this point, that is some big-time hail. Some rather large hail out of this cell. All right, let's pull up the TikTok. Let's go live. We'll create the title. Cool. Pop that back in. Abilene, Texas, about to see some of the biggest hail known to man right now. Tennis ball size hail. Usually it's Texas that gets the crazy hail. Usually it's not necessarily this early in the year in March, but alas, the hail is here and it is moving into Abilene. We still got that one tornado warning outside of Chicago, southwest of Chicago. A couple different spotty showers going up too, just north of Peoria. There is going to be some more development here back in western Illinois, north of Peoria, probably near Galesburg. And that's going to move to the east tonight. Let's show you the future radar here. There's all that new activity by 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Central time. Maybe even a little bit earlier than that. Chicago gets smacked around 10 o'clock. Chicago, Peoria, Bloomington. I don't know if it's going to get as far south as Bloomington. We'll see about Bloomington. It may not get that far south. It might. Kind of a narrow tornado corridor today, but this cell is certainly shooting the gap right now with the tornadic potential. Did we have a touchdown? We had a funnel cloud report with this tornado warned storm north of Pontiac. I don't think we had an actual confirmed touchdown, though. Or maybe we did. I think we actually did have a very brief touchdown, is what the public is saying. Brief touchdown reported by Storm Chaser. All right, we're live on TikTok. ADV, thank you for the follow. Wisconsin, this is not an event for Wisconsin. If anything, it's going to be a snow event in northern Wisconsin. But this is going to be a not significant event. Let's put it that way for Wisconsin. Chicago is going to see some storms this evening between about 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. local time. It's going to be a noisy evening in the Windy City. It's going to be windy. We can say that in the Windy City. Let me turn the lights up here. Is that better? Am I too bright now? TechX, thank you for the follow. St. Louis, Missouri. Somebody's really curious about St. Louis, Missouri. It's raining there. Some showers right now. You'll get some storms overnight, but shouldn't be too bad. Broken line of storms. No tornado threat, just a damaging wind threat mainly. With the line pushing through St. Louis tonight. Let's kind of take a step back here. Kind of what are we looking at? So we've got there it is. We've got an area low pressure here. That is maybe the smallest line I have ever seen. Low pressure here, a couple different areas of low pressure. There's actually three of them all conjoined here, all the way down into New Mexico, spawning storms across Oklahoma and Texas. Tonight across Missouri, that moves into St. Louis. We just showed you that. And the main show really today is across the, I guess the Midwest, the central part of the Midwest, Illinois into Indiana, and eventually into Michigan as well. This is a sprawling system tonight, because if we put the future radar on this bad boy, this is going to get lit up like a Christmas tree. Not a whole lot out there now in terms of coverage, but that changes. 9:30 Eastern time tonight, you've got a squall line of storms from Oklahoma City down into central Texas. Then you've got another line of storms forming east of Kansas City across northern Missouri. There's a big batch of storms that'll move into Chicago after about 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. And then this entire line, two different lines here, will all maybe try to come together late tonight, kind of fail. If this was June, those two lines would come together and have themselves an evening, but not the case here in now mid-March. Is March 10th mid-March? I don't know. I guess that's a matter of perspective. It's all a matter of perspective. Here is the cell that is in Pontiac, the severe warned or the tornadic warned cell. Look at that. Look at that. Nice little cyclone, mesocyclone there. That tornado warning's still up. It's up for another 10 minutes. What time will the storms be most severe? Well, that really depends on where you're at. If I had to pick like a number for the entire country, probably like 10 o'clock Eastern time. 10 o'clock, give or take. Avon, Indiana. I don't know where Avon, Indiana is. Please help me out there. Where is Avon, Indiana? Illinois. Just a couple cells in Illinois. We mentioned this earlier. We're going to see some more storms fire up west of Peoria back towards southeastern Iowa. I don't think southeastern Iowa sees anything crazy from this, but we'll see. There could be some storms that fire up in southeastern Iowa. Do they fire up that far west? I don't know. C-Dub with a follow. Thank you. I don't know if they follow. I don't know if they fire up that far to the west. Does Kansas City see some storms tonight? Maybe, but it might just happen just east of I-35. It'll be close. It'll be real close. Let me, is that the right? There we go. All right, sorry. Had to adjust something there on the YouTube. Yeah, there's not going to be a tornado threat in Chicago tonight, but there will be a hail threat. You can get hail even when it's cold. You can't really get tornadoes when it's cold, but you can get hail because hail is ice after all. So the cold doesn't really matter for hail. Will any of it hit lower Indiana? Where? I've never heard of lower Indiana before. I got to be honest. Lower? Is there an upper Indiana too? If you're in Abilene, Texas right now, does anybody know anybody in Abilene, Texas? Because if you do, there is some big time hail falling in Abilene right now. Some big time hail. Probably, I think they were saying tennis ball size hail. What are they saying now? Baseball size hail. Look at that. That doesn't sound like fun. Have you ever seen baseball size hail before? What's the biggest hailstone that you have seen? Have you seen baseball size hail? Caden says I'm in Abilene. If you're on the western part of Abilene, you're going to be fine. But the eastern part is getting the business right now. Just getting the business. Detroit, Michigan, some storms after midnight tonight, like late tonight. But I'm not too worried about Detroit. This looks a little gnarly, but this line, this is at 3 a.m. This is in the middle of the night. So typically, especially this time of the year, storms weaken after midnight, or even after the sun goes down, after we lose that daytime heating. And that'll be the case in Detroit tonight. Still got that tornado warning. I don't know if they're going to expand it to the east. A new tornado watch in Oklahoma and in Texas. This includes Oklahoma City, just west of Dallas. They just issued this. Hasn't populated in our system. Literally came in 2 minutes ago. We'll show you that when it comes in. Tornado watch in Uvalde, Texas. Yeah, we're going to have watches and warnings across, we can count how many states. Let's count right now. Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. That's at least 7. At least 7 states. Crazy storm system here. And then we've got just some plain old rain. Who's in Poplar Bluff, Missouri? Who's got plain old rain in Poplar Bluff, Missouri? Will Indy be affected? Share the live, like the live, give us a follow if you like what you're seeing, or at least like the coverage. Indy gets hit tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. Adam, thank you for the follow. Tomorrow morning in Indy. Some winds, some gusty winds, some heavy rain, but likely no tornado threat that morning. It's going to be a pretty messy morning. Classical, sharing the live, and Star with the follow. Thank you both. Will there be a tornado in Killeen, Texas? See, I used to know where Killeen was. I really did. Geography is something I used to be really good at. See, I didn't think it was that far east. There it is right there. Are you under anything right now? I don't think so. Killeen, Texas. Nah, no tornado. Most of the bad stuff misses you to the west. If you're in Abilene, which rhymes with Killeen, does that rhyme? Northeastern Illinois tonight for tornadoes. So the dividing line, if you're south of I-80, you're not seeing any tornadoes. Or sorry, if you're north, sorry, take that back. That's why I say geography used to be a thing I was good at. If you're north of I-80, no tornado threat. It's 40 in Chicago right now. 41 that's Midway, right? Yeah. It's 41 at Midway. No tornadoes when it's 41, but you can still get bad hail. Oh, hail no. Michelle with the follow. Thank you, Michelle. Sorry, a lot of comments coming in. Come on over to the YouTube. Links in the bio. We'll get to your comments, questions, concerns, trials, tribulations, etc. Because there's just a lot of comments coming through. Lexi, thanks for the follow. Sandusky, Ohio, the home of Cedar Point. As an Ohio native, I should know that, right? Sandusky, yeah, some storms tonight. Going to knock over all the roller coasters no, I'm just kidding. This is a line of storms that will be weakening. There's Sandusky right there. That'll be weakening as it moves through. Brisket's dad with the follow. Thank you. And A. Toulon. Peoria, Illinois. That is the area our storm chaser is set up shop in right now. So this is the question. What happens back here to the west? We should start to see some storms firing up here west of Peoria, south of the Quad Cities, near Galesburg, Monmouth, Illinois. That will be the next area of action to watch, if you will, as we head through about the 6 o'clock Central Time hour. Just that one tornado warning still. It's on this cell. It expires in 2 minutes. Libra Girl, thanks for the follow. This tornado warning is set to expire in 2 minutes. Or no, sorry, it goes until 5:30. I thought it went until 5:15 Central. Goes until 5:30 Central. And I think our flash storm severity product, okay, the probability of the tornado has not gone down. If anything, it has gone up to 51%. That is a pretty significant jump. So that's a cell we're going to watch real carefully. Hello from Ohio, Libra Girl. Greetings to you in the Buckeye State. Bloomington, Indiana. No problems for Bloomington. New tornado watch. Yeah. Well, the Oklahoma City forecast office hasn't pushed it yet, so we wait on that. New tornado watch does not include the DFW Metroplex. Susan, thanks for the follow. I bet the DFW Metroplex sees Dallas-Fort Worth, sees a severe thunderstorm watch later on tonight. Could be a tornado watch. We haven't had any tornado warnings in central Texas yet. We'll see if that changes. We've got, I can look on the YouTube, 14 live severe thunderstorm warnings and 1 tornado warning. So things are busy. I need some water. Bradley with the follow. Thanks, Bradley. Is Tulsa going to be okay? Yeah. No problems. There was a tornado in Tulsa last week, though. Went through the northeastern side of Tulsa. Where's everybody watching from on the TikTok? Where is everybody located? Where's everybody at? Tons of lightning with these. Look at this. Wow. Let's put first strike on this. Ooh. So first strike has a new storm going up here back towards Peru, Illinois. Is anybody in Peru, Illinois? Monroe, Michigan. Denise, thanks for the follow. Ian with the follow. Thank you. How worried in South Bend? I wouldn't be worried. There is a low-end hail threat, but there's no tornado threat. Wow, lots of follows coming in right now. Lexi, Cassie, Kyler, Mel, PR. Thank you, folks, fellas and ladies, and all the above. So we're going to have some storms going up here near Peru. Lily Vent. Is Beggs going to get more tornadoes? I don't know where Beggs is. Dallas, storms later on tonight. You've got rain to your east in Dallas, storms to your west. This is just a huge system. Huge system. Look at this. You've got storms from, this is tonight at about midnight. Let's back this up. You've got storms just north of Detroit, through Chicago, almost to St. Louis, Kansas City, Tulsa, Dallas, all the way to the Mexico border. Unbelievable. What a system. In March. It's March 10th. And we've got a, what, 2,000 mile long system? Unbelievable. Flint, Michigan? Nah, not worried about Flint tonight. No problems. No major problems, I should say. This cell is about to go into the southern suburbs of Chicago. This is going to be a hail maker moving into Bolingbrook. What's our chance of hail here? Yeah, so this is going to be a major problem here into the southwestern suburbs of Chicago. %71 chance of hail moving into Plainfield, Illinois, Romeoville, Bolingbrook, Illinois. And this storm still has a tornado warning on it. Rain, hail, and winds. Ooh, so we got some more thing. Look at this. Some more cells going up back further to the west. This will be interesting here. This will be interesting. What happens back further to the west in southeastern Iowa, western Illinois? Thanks, everybody, for liking the live, sharing the live, giving us a follow. Much appreciated. Come on over to the YouTube. We'll get to your comments, questions, concerns. A little bit faster. Link is in the good old bio, in the TikTok bio. Come on over to the YouTube. We're live on X, Facebook, YouTube. Not Instagram right now. Maybe if needed on Instagram, but not right now. Not at this juncture. What time is it going to hit Dallas? I think around midnight Central Time. A little bit later than that, actually. Actually, it's about right. Yeah, midnight. Midnight Central Time for Dallas. Should be just a damaging wind threat. Omaha, Nebraska? No, it's 60 and sunny. Kind of wish I don't wish I was there because where I am, it is 82 and sunny. But yeah, no problems in Omaha. Tacoma, the College World Series. That's only what, 3 months away? It's in my YouTube bio, or that's YouTube. It's in my TikTok bio. It's Flash Weather AI Solo. While you're at it, download the Flash Weather AI app, free to download. You can look at exactly what I'm looking at here for free. Download on the App Store, Flash Weather AI. The temperature disparity is pretty crazy. It's 82 in Peoria, Illinois. In Chicago, it's half that. At Midway, it is 41 degrees right now. At O'Hare, it's 39. Yeah, Peoria, there's nothing out there now, but if I go to the satellite picture here, there's some things going on here back to the west that we need to keep a close eye on over the next couple of hours. Illinois, Western Illinois. We're going to see some action here in north of Peoria. What highway is this? Highway 29? Yeah, we'll see some action there. Here we go. Let's get a refresh here. Still a decent chance of a tornado there. And we've also got that hail maker moving into the southwestern suburbs of Chicago, south of Naperville, towards Bolingbrook, Romeoville, right on top of Plainfield, Illinois, right now. 75% chance of hail. Just north of Joliet. Dallas sees some storms tonight at about midnight. Likely no tornado threat, though. Should be just damaging winds. All right, let's pull that up. Thank you, question mark, for the follow. Appreciate it. Schaumburg, Illinois. Yeah, we've got storms moving in right now. Schaumburg's probably too far north, though. It's kind of crazy that it's, what, 45 in Plainfield and it's hailing? That's crazy. Hannah with the follow. Thank you. We got Evan Bunkers, our storm chaser, who is going to be live for us here shortly. He's getting in position for the storms that are going to fire up here in southeastern Iowa into western Illinois. He's going to head towards Galesburg. This is at 7:45 Eastern time, so in about an hour and 20 minutes, we're going to see some storms fire up here in and around the Galesburg area, and we'll bring you live coverage of those as they form. Folks and Nico with the follows. Thank you both. It's where Knox College is. Okay, it's good information. St. Joe's, Missouri. Yeah, it's 74 and sunny. It's pretty nice. I don't think storms are going to form until they get east of I-35. Yeah. No problems in St. Joe's. I mean, it's going to rain overnight, but no severe weather threat. Jesse and JJ, thank you both for the follows. Hello, Thomas Gallagher. You like the outfit or no? You can be honest. This is an interesting video here. Massive rotating wall cloud. That is what you call a wall cloud. Borderline funnel, not quite. We don't have a location on this tweet. I think this was the storm north of Bloomington, near Pontiac, Illinois. Ooh, this is good video. That's only a photo. There's your lowering. Dirk with the follow. Thank you, Dirk. Look at that lowering right there. This is the same storm. This is why you do meteorology for stuff right here. You see the mesocyclone. You see the wall cloud here. There's the funnel. Doesn't reach the ground here. There's your RFD, your rear flank downdraft. Might be forward flanked. Say that 5 times fast. Your rear flank downdraft. Huh? Donner with the follow. Thank you, Donner. Just great pictures that don't do any damage, because this hasn't done any damage as far as we know. So we will monitor the situation. Kiera, there's too many comments. If you want to, I will definitely read your comment on the YouTube. If you come on over to the YouTube, links in the bio. Tornado, apparently in Pontiac. They're the birds. Are the birds the tornado? Look at that. There's the tornado right there. I mean, it's not much of a tornado, but it counts, I guess. Bunch of cells going up here in southeastern Iowa, western Illinois. Look at some cells down here too. We can see that on the satellite. Satellite is one of our best friends. There's some storms going up. We're seeing a lot of initiation along this warm frontal boundary right there. Dottie with the follow. Thank you, Dottie. Sammy is watching in Bellevue, Iowa. Ryder, Big Mel, and Zandy, thank you for the follows. I could watch these satellite loops all day. Look at that storm. Look at the tornado warning storm. Look at that. I don't think this is still on the ground. Let's find out. While that loads, let's show you, right when I was going to show you some video from Texas. Still producing big time hail, 80+% chance of hail, but only about a 40% chance of a tornado. Doesn't look like that tornado warning is going to continue. That's going to be allowed to expire here in about 2 minutes. How about this? Is this a photo or a video? We're going to find out. This is Del Rio, Texas, right along the border. There's a little funnel. There you go. Probably not, Sammy. Not that far west. 2,000 likes, over 100 folks in the TikTok. Thanks, everybody, for coming out, watching the live coverage of the most widespread severe weather day so far in 2026 and the highest risk with a moderate risk. Let's show you that real quick. There's the moderate risk, the first 4 out of 5 risk zones so far this year. We've also got a big 3 out of 5 risk zone. This has actually been extended east. Now includes Fort Worth, almost towards Dallas, Abilene, Lawton, Oklahoma, towards Norman, Oklahoma. You'll get some wind tonight, but likely no tornadoes in Dallas. No. There's a chance, but the tornado threat is definitely much higher in Chicago, or not in south of Chicago, south of I-80 in Illinois. There's the line moving into the western Fort Worth suburbs, about 10 o'clock Eastern. Sorry, 10 o'clock Central. Here's 11 o'clock Central, midnight Central. So it's going to be a noisy evening and overnight hours in and around the DFW Metroplex. Some lightning with these cells that are crossing the Missouri River. That's west of Iowa. The Mississippi River into western Illinois. And we're also going to see some more. Ooh, yeah. So this is about to get more interesting in Illinois. This is about to get a whole lot more interesting. Where's everybody watching from in the TikTok and on the YouTube? Where's everybody at? Where is everybody at? Columbus, Ohio. Hey, I was born there. Good stuff. Go Buckeyes. Psych. Just kidding. Schaumburg, Illinois. Yeah, it's 39. And nothing going on. There will be some things going on later. There'll be some storms in that area later. But because of how cold it is, it's not going to be a big issue. There'll be some wind. There might be some small hail because of how, again, cold it is. TJ with the follow. Anywhere north of I-90, though, is not going to be a major, like even up into Wisconsin. There'll be some rain, some storms. Again, maybe some small hail with how cold it is. But the tornado threat is south of I-80. South of I-80. Galesburg, Illinois. It's funny somebody mentioned Galesburg, Illinois, because there are storms firing up there Our storm chasers getting into position, and we will carry that live if we do get. I don't know where Kankakee is. Let's find out where Kankakee is. What a town name. Is that where the tornado warning is? No. Oh yeah, it is. It's right here. You'll get some hail. Definitely some hail for Bradley, Bourbonnais, Kankakee. I don't think they extended or maybe they did extend the tornado warning. No, they didn't. The tornado warnings are in Texas right now. This is not under a tornado warning. Lost my place here. There we go. Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to see a tornado. No, I think this system kind of had a good chance to produce one. It did quickly, briefly, a weak tornado, but not the case. Somebody's asked about Abilene. Yeah, we'll check out Abilene. Did you see any hail in Abilene? Look at that beast of a storm. The worst is now to your east. I will say that. There's more rain and storms coming. This could lead to a hail threat, and a flooding threat. So we'll keep an eye on that. But the worst is to the east. That is a huge cell. Guaranteed hail. More small hail moving into southern Abilene right now. You've got pictures of hail damage already. Yeah, not good. Unfortunate. Look at this storm down near Del Rio. That is a spicy storm. Radar indicated tornado warning here. Let's pull it up. This is the cluster of storms that will kind of congeal into a line and then move into Dallas-Fort Worth after dark. But because, again, it's after dark, the threat won't be that high. Do we have a confirmed tornado with this one? Yeah, so this tornado is on the ground east of Abilene, south of Baird, moving east at, what did they say, 30 miles an hour? Yeah, let me pull it up here. That's a hook, all right. Storm chaser reported tornado southeast of Potosi, Texas. Luckily, this is a pretty rural area, so hopefully it stays over rural areas of central Texas. Does New Jersey get bad tornadoes? Rarely, very rarely. Where's everybody watching from? We got some new folks in here, over 2,000 likes. Still about 100 folks watching on the TikTok. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share if you like what you're seeing. We're still watching this hailer move into southwestern Chicago, some of the Chicago suburbs right now. Romeoville, Woodridge, about to cross over I-355 right now. Is that into Cook County? I think. Looks like it. Is there any place that doesn't get tornadoes? Alaska? Ping pong ball size hail near Plainfield reported on the ground with that cell. Wow. Woodridge, Illinois. Well, I guess it depends where in Woodridge you are. There's Woodridge on the map. If you're in the southern part of Woodridge, you might get some hail. If you're in the northern part, if you're north of, what highway is this? CR 33? What does that mean? County Road 33? You're not going to get much hail at all. So it's kind of dependent on where you are. If you're closer to I-55, higher hail threat. Wow, this was in Odell, Indiana. 4-inch almost diameter hail. I don't know where Odell, Indiana is. Look at that. Or Odell, Illinois. I was with that Pontiac cell. That was with this cell here. Pumping out over baseball size hail. Crazy. J too low, thanks for the follow. Not much going on in Indiana yet. Northwestern Indiana has the highest threat of seeing some storms later on, though. Northwest of what highway is this? 25? State Highway 25. That's a lot of lightning. I do not think South Bend is going to get a tornado. No, I do not. What is going to happen with these cells? That is the question here. This is our first strike product, a really cool product for this event. Start to see some storms bubble up. Look at this lead time. 36-minute lead time with storms just west of Galesburg. Hits it right on the money. Wow. This storm's definitely producing some hail still. Oops. Oh yeah, 90 plus per, oh, well, not 90 plus, just about 90% chance of hail. Somebody was asking about Kankakee earlier. There you go. You got hail moving in. Hopefully it just misses you. Might miss you just to the south. Rachel with the follow. It's an interesting radar loop. You can see the storms bubbling up along this warm front. Oh, yeah. Midwest Ohio, looking for later. There'll definitely be some storms that move into Ohio later on. But it's going to be really messy. It's just going to be a cluster of storms. Just rain, storms. Nothing too crazy or bad, I would say. The latest front of the 18-hour. Here we go. Yeah. You got it, Jackie. Lots of lightning with this cell near Burlington, Iowa. We're going to have to watch this one carefully and see if it strengthens over the next half hour or so. There's that tornado warning near Del Rio, Texas. What's our tornado chances on this one? About a 30% chance right now. Yeah, we've got lots of storms in Texas from just about Wichita Falls all the way down to the border. Line of storms had a tornado warning on this cell. I think the tornado warning is still up. And it is. This line will eventually move towards Dallas after midnight. No, Tyler, this is not. It is not. Will Fort Worth be hit? Absolutely. After about 10:30, 11 o'clock local time tonight. Satellite shows those storms bubbling up here in north central Illinois. We'll see. This is the storm earlier, but a very cool view of it. Ooh, look at that. This is why we love meteorology, for pictures like this one. Oscar, thanks for the follow. Yeah, North Texas gets hit this evening. About midnight. Damaging winds the main threat. Thank you, Mel, for the follow as well. Got several severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado watches. I think the Storm Prediction Center just said they're going to issue a... There's so many things happening right now. They just issued a severe thunderstorm watch that includes Chicago. I don't think we see tornadoes in Dallas. I think it'll just be too late in the night for that. It's possible. I mean, I honestly will say that. It's possible, but I don't think it's likely. All right, severe thunderstorm watch here for Milwaukee, Madison, Chicago itself. Rockford back to the Quad Cities. Pretty much a no tornado threat. This is mainly a hail threat. 3-inch diameter hail possible. Winds up to 75 miles per hour possible as well. Wow. I'm not worried about St. Louis, Ella. I am not worried about St. Louis. The Arch. Not worried about the Arch. And I guess SIU, Edwardsville, or that whole area. I'm not too concerned about southern Illinois. This hailstorm still moving into Chicago right now. Darien, Illinois, Woodridge, Bolingbrook, Illinois. I think it's just going to miss Midway Airport. We'll see. This storm has got its act together. If anything, it's been strengthening. This is going to be something we need to watch closely as it moves towards downtown Chicago, because this is a mean-looking storm. No hail, no tornado threat. This is only a hail threat. If it does stay together, it'll hit downtown in about 45 minutes, so about 6:30 Central Time. If it'll get to the loop at about 6:30. Thank you, Scott, for the follow. It won't be that bad in Indianapolis at all tomorrow. Come on over to the YouTube. You get the whole experience. You get the live warning tracker. You've got kind of a bigger screen. We'll get to your comments, your questions a little faster. Not a little, a lot faster. Links in the bio. Come on over to the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, because TikTok is great. TikTok is fantastic. But Soul and the skull emoji with the follows, and not normal. Thank you, all three of you. This was the earlier tornado. The link's in the bio, Aiden. It's Flash Weather AI. Download the Flash Weather app while you're at it. This was the earlier tornado near Pontiac, Illinois. This is not the tornado itself, but it was trying. You can see it rapidly rotating there. There's a guy backing up really fast as well. That's pretty funny. Logan is checking in from 78 degrees South Jersey. Well, thanks for rubbing it in, Logan. Thanks for rubbing it in on us. Can somebody like ban Logan or time him out or something? Wichita Falls, Texas. Yeah, you've got some storms there that are moving your way right now. You had one just move out and some more moving in. Bloomington, is Bloomington to get a tornado? Which Bloomington are you talking about, I guess is the question. Bloomington, Indiana? No. Bloomington, Illinois? Also probably no. Somebody's asked about Dyer, Indiana. That's a little south of where we have this cell right now. That's like right on the border. Yeah, right here. We'll keep an eye on Dyer. I would keep a close eye on the weather throughout the evening. How about that? I would definitely keep a close eye. Fort Wayne shouldn't be that bad. Got 100 folks in here, almost 2,500 likes. Like the stream, share the stream, give us a follow. I'm trying to respond as many as I can. Again, if you come to the YouTube, there's pretty much a guaranteed chance I will respond. Monica on the YouTube asking about Moore, Oklahoma. Did you live there in 99? I was in an EF5. Are you talking about the 99 one or the 2013 was the other one, I think, in Moore? This is mainly a hail threat in and around OKC today. There is a low-end tornado threat, but it's mainly a hail threat. Jamal asking about Linwood, Illinois. Let me kind of zoom the map out here first. Jamal on the YouTube asking about Linwood, Illinois. It's near Dyer. Yeah, just keep an eye on it through this evening. Mainly a hail threat that far north, closer to the city. I don't think the tornado threat is that far north. Oh, this was the Potosi tornado. This is good video here, or picture. Look at that little spine tornado. Little tiny rope tornado. How about that? 2013, yeah, because there was 99 in 2013. You're at school. Oh, were you at the school when it happened? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. All right, back to the radar here. We got to watch these storms. These can either cluster together and kind of wash the tornado threat out of them and create a damaging wind threat, or they can merge in such a way that increases the tornado threat. And it's a little too soon to tell which is going to happen. But we will monitor the situation, of course. Dan shared the live. Thank you, Dan. Kansas City, not worried about Kansas City. Marco with the follow. Thank you, Marco. What was I going to look at here? I mean, that's a crazy. I've seen stories about the school during that tornado, and that I can't even imagine. Like I'm sure there've been documentaries done. Maybe you've been interviewed. Yeah, luckily we had. I mean, since that 2013 was a crazy year. We had a couple bad ones in 2020 and 2021. We haven't had like a major fatality tornado since the Joplin tornado, which was also around that time. Cody and Jose, thank you both for the follows on TikTok. At Denton, Texas, yes, storms about midnight tonight. Let's see. Yeah, these storms in Illinois bear careful monitoring. There's only there's 2 tornado warnings. Are there 2? Oh, yeah, there are 2. The one in Abilene is still up. No, I don't think we're going to see tornadoes in Denton, Texas. We're going to watch these, though, very carefully. Question is, can they get organized? And the answer is, I don't know yet. Kansas City, Missouri. Not too worried about Kansas City. No, I wouldn't say no chance in Denton, but I would say very low chance in Denton. This was more Pontiac, Illinois video. Now, it looks like there's a massive tornado on the ground here. Like, look, I mean, it looks like that whole thing. I don't think it is all the way on the ground. You can see all the rotation when I speed it up here. Look at the rotation. Fabian, thanks for sharing the live. Let's see. Back to the comments. If you're on TikTok, come to the YouTube. Links in the bio. And we'll answer your comments, questions, concerns on the air here. As we've got storms from the Mexico-Texas border, central Texas up into central Oklahoma, some in the panhandle of Oklahoma as well. Jamie, thanks for the follow. And then, of course, the main show, at least what's expected to be the main show in Illinois. This hailstorm moving into Chicago right now. Chances of hail, let's see, live chances, 76%. So definitely some hail falling. Willowbrook, Indian Head Park, LaGrange, Illinois, maybe even that far to the northeast. Kim, thanks for the follow. Darien, Illinois. So this cell, hopefully it's not producing hail, but it looks like it is. And I think it's warned. Yeah, it is. New severe thunderstorm warning just out for this one, actually. Let's show it to you here. They're saying ping pong ball size hail reported by spotters. So we've got ping pong ball size hail going into the southwestern suburbs of Chicago right now. Not good. Jiggle and Autumn with the follows. Thank you both. This is the earlier tornado warning cell, little time lapse. You can see the condensation of the water vapor as it rises. Then you got the funnel trying to form, can't quite get there. Still can't get there, it's trying. Does it ever touch? Doesn't look like it will. Doesn't. It tries, it gets oh so close, but it does not. This was in Texas about a half hour ago. Better check your windshield. Better check your windshield. Nothing yet in Linwood, Illinois, according to Kim. Still monitoring these cells crossing the Mississippi River into western Illinois right now. We've got just a bunch of rain in Missouri. We've got several storms, severe warned storms. Northwestern Oklahoma, southern Kansas, central Texas, bunch of storms there as well. Busy. Yeah, that guy got hit by the hail. That is for sure. Nene, thanks for sharing the live. According to our YouTube live count and across platforms, I guess I should say, we have 22 different severe thunderstorm warnings. 22 and 2 tornado warnings. Here are the 2 tornado warnings, both in Texas. I think they both expire. Okay, this one expires at 6:15 local near Del Rio. And then the one to the north expires, this is east of Abilene, expires also at 6:15 local time. Thanks for sharing the live, everybody. Almost 3,000 likes and some new follows as well. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. This is Flash Weather AI, Aaron. You can download the app free of charge on the App Store today. And we are also live on the YouTube and X and Facebook. Our storm chaser, Evan Bunkers, is in position in Western Illinois. We're waiting to see what happens with these cells near Galesburg. Tornado watch up until 11 o'clock tonight for Central Illinois. Severe thunderstorm watch for the city of Chicago until midnight tonight. No tornado threat in Chicago. However, we do have a hail threat. And that hail threat is ongoing right now with a storm moving into Cook County. Ping pong ball size hail moving into southwestern Chicago right now. Vlad and Christy with the follows. Thank you. This is not ideal in Chicago because if this storm is producing hail, talk about damage and just cost. Let's see here. Yeah, this thing is definitely putting down some hail. Especially in Countryside, LaGrange, Indian Head Park, Hodgkins. This kind of I-294 at I-55. Yeah, we've got some issues in southwestern Chicago right now with hail. Not good. We had a report near Downers Grove. Baseball size hail, Downers Grove. Wow. Wow. With this cell just south, where's Downers Grove on the map here? Why can't I find it? Isn't it right here? Whatever. Near Downers Grove with this cell that's moving into the metro of Chicago right now. Baseball size hail. Wow. Wowzers. Tornado watch for KCK. I don't know what KCK is. Sorry. Kansas City, Kansas. All right, well, what's the difference? Here's a great question. What's the difference between a flood warning and a flood watch? So a watch and a warning. A watch is like when you're making tacos and you've got the pounded ground beef, the shells, the tomato, the salsa, the shredded cheese. That's the watch. You've got all the ingredients. The warning is the finished product, the taco itself. Taco, hard shell or soft shell, whatever you prefer, with the beef, then the cheese, then the salsa, then the tomatoes, and whatever else you like on your tacos. So one is like the conditions are favorable, and one is the conditions are happening. Hopefully that's a good enough explanation. If you are north of I-80 in Illinois or Indiana, your tornado threat is 0. If you're south of I-80, your hail threat, but your hail threat's still up. If you're south of I-80, your tornado threat is up. Let's see, have we even heard from Bunkers recently? Where is bunkers? Yeah, if you're in a flood watch, you're going to see some heavy rain. We had some gifts too. Thank you, Kim, for the roses, and Jose with the lightning bolt. Thank you. Does Michigan need to worry? Nah. I mean, look, it's like 58 in Kalamazoo. It is 66 in Three Rivers. If you're south of 94, I would monitor the situation. If you're north of 94, not as big of a deal. Toast, thanks for sharing the live. Sorry, Matt, on the YouTube. I'm really sorry. This is a photo of the tornado earlier in Texas. This is pretty cool. I mean, it's a tiny tornado, but it counts. It counts. We're going to get Evan here on the stream here momentarily. KCB with the follow. Thank you, KCB. Carter says it's starting to storm in Mercer County, Illinois. I think the hailstorm that's moving through Chicago right now is weakening a little bit. That would be good. This is also the earlier tornado in central Texas. Tiny tornado. Nothing in Linwood, Illinois. Well, let's keep it that way. New tornado watch just out for central Missouri into southeastern Kansas. We'll show you that here in just a second. I lost my place here. Our storm chasers asked me where to go. I love being the navigator. Where is he? Oh, he's right there. I think he's actually in a really good spot. Johan with a follow, thank you. Tell him to go to Texas, yeah. That's funny. Got some tomfoolery on the YouTube right now. Nicholas, thanks for liking the live. What about I-80? So if you're north of I-80, your tornado threat is 0, but you could still get hail. If you're south of I-80, you do have a tornado threat. That is where we're at. Kim, Kim, thank you for the hat and the mustache. Thank you, Kim. Very kind. I don't wear hats enough, honestly. I need to get a vertical scene ready here. All right, let's duplicate that. All right, this might change. Actually, we're gonna wait. We'll leave it as is. Three Rivers, Michigan storms this evening. The greater Fort Wayne area? Yeah, I'm not too worried about Fort Wayne. Where's everybody watching from? What do we want me to look at right now? What do we want me to look at? Words are hard. Words are hard. We've got 3 tornado warnings, 17 severe thunderstorm warnings. That means we have a new tornado warning. Stand by on that. Oh, that's with the Del Rio cell. It's way south. CGR, thanks for sharing the live. New tornado warning with this cell. This is in the middle of blank blank in southern Texas. There's not much of a tornado threat with that. But anyways, no, we don't, Matt. We definitely do not. Thanks for asking, though. It's really kind of you to ask that. So we have, I wonder if these have loaded yet. Let's find out. Yeah, they have. So we've got severe thunderstorm or tornado watches from western Michigan, southern Wisconsin, the northern half of Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, all the way down to the Texas border. And then 2 counties to the north of this severe thunderstorm watch, we have winter weather advisories. Casey, thanks for sharing the live. That's crazy to me. 2 counties apart. No, there's 1 county in between. There's 1 county in between a severe thunderstorm watch and a winter weather advisory. I got to take a screenshot of this and post this. That's crazy. The Ides of March. Crazy stuff. Alfredo, thanks for sharing the live. It is wild. It's crazy. No, we are fine in the Carolinas. It is 80 and sunny in the Carolinas. These storms, so we've got lots of hail on these, but they haven't gone tornadic yet. And hopefully it stays that way. The weather what now? Yeah, it's crazy. It's plumb wild. What does plumb wild even mean, by the way? Is that just one of those idioms that just like makes sense? That like people just use? I don't know. I don't think this storm in Chicago is producing hail still. I hope I'm not jinxing it. How about we show this? This is our hail model predicting the Chicago storm. Wow! Have you ever seen 1 hour hail prediction before? Now you have. Have you ever seen 1 hour hail prediction? Production of prediction. Production of the prediction? Well, now you have, thanks to Flash. That will be live by the end of the month. It's the 10th? Yeah, I think we can. I think we can plan on that. Speaking of hail, oh, hail no. Leaks. Madison says leaks, yeah. Baseball size hail. There it is. I think this was the report of baseball size hail outside of Chicago. Teacup size hail. So many screens up right now. What application is that? This is the Flash Weather AI Command Center. You can download the app for free. Flash Weather AI. Go download the app now. 3 tornado warnings, 24 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Holy Toledo. 4,000 likes. Lots of new folks in here. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. We are looking at the severe weather outbreak because it really is an outbreak. Luckily, it's not too damaging yet. But we have a lot of things going on, that's for sure. So we got storms from Lake Michigan all the way down to Mexico. Busy, busy, busy. Here we go. Here we go. Where's everybody watching from? Just a lost game. We got some new folks kind of cycling in and out. That's the beauty of TikTok lives, I guess. Kim, thanks for sharing the live. This really is turning into a giant hail event right now. I will say that, which does make sense for March. Nicole's in Indiana. Are any of these... So this is still definitely producing hail in Chicago right now. 71% chance of hail. Terre Haute, not worried about Terre Haute tonight. Somebody was asking earlier about Kankakee. Big time hail. Bourbonnais, Bradley, Kankakee, Illinois. Big time hail there right now. Southwest Michigan, Chicago. If anybody in Chicago, are you seeing the hail on the west side right now? Anybody from Berwyn, Westchester, Brookfield, Lyons, Broadview, down towards the Midway Airport? This is bearing down on the city right now. You could argue that, Jonathan Goldberg. Baseball size hail is up there. I mean, what do you think? Thank you, Jonathan Goldberg, 8756, for stopping by. Mad Matt is off his rocker still, unfortunately. I'm not going to show that earlier tornado. This is a report of a 5-inch hailstone in Buckingham, Illinois, which reportedly, according to our friend Matthew Capucci, is the new state record hailstone. You think that hit him in the head? You think he gave him a doink in the head? I hate hail. I hate hail. I mean, that's crazy. So reportedly a new record there. First time caller, long time listener. Well, we like you just the same, Jonathan Goldberg. We love you and appreciate you stopping by. I'm taking your mod away, Madison. Your mod's gone. Nope. This is really the main story right now, is the hailstone moving into Chicago. Our chaser, Evan Bunkers, reporting might have a large wall cloud forming on his location, which is in Galesburg. He is in downtown Galesburg, now moving. Which way is he moving here? This guy's hard to keep track of. Now you're modless. I guess I can't unmod you then. Evan Bunkers, our storm chaser, live in just west of Galesburg. He's right here. He's on Highway 67. Near Gerlaw. And he's watching a potential wall cloud in western Illinois. Wow. It's always gonna rain. Hello, Landon, on the TikTok. Is Peoria out of the severe weather? Not hardly. It looks like the worst is going to miss you to the north. However, we'll have to watch where these storms go. Jonathan, if you have good video, yes, it depends on where you're at. We can have a long-time listener, first-time caller call in. You know what I mean? I do think this storm is weakening in Chicago. Yeah, hail percent down to 69. How will this affect? You got to know your effects and affects there, Ryan Sargenti. No effect, New York City. None. No effect. No, sir. That would be affect this time. Affect. Huh? I don't have a compatible device. Dayton, Ohio, storms tonight. Nothing too crazy in Dayton, Ohio. Madison and Ryan, you two would get along great. Some light rain, nothing crazy near the lake in Chicago at the moment. Good. I mean, if you're south of the loop, well, even the loop's getting hit right now. I bet you get some hail in Oak Park. The worst of the hail is probably right along I-290 right now. Right along I-290. All right, back to the TikTok. We still got tons of folks, about 100 folks in the TikTok. Where are you watching from? Share the live, like the live, give us a follow. We might restart the TikTok here as well. Might. Too soon to tell. I got to count more votes. We have 2 active tornado warnings, which are both in Texas. Oh, they actually reissued. Oh, wow. All right. So we've got a tornado in progress, likely here just south of Kankakee. Says radar indicated. I think this is probably going to drop a tornado because this is, if it doesn't, I will be stunned. Tate, longtime listener from Madrid. Any rain tonight? We are a domestic weather company for now. For now. On the stream, at least. On the stream, we cover domestic. We have an API that'll cover Madrid tomorrow for your needs, Tate. But on the stream, domestic. What time is it over there? 12:20? Is it 5 hours ahead? I would expect flights to get grounded, especially Midway. O'Hare, maybe not. O'Hare, you might be able to get away with it. Midway, cooked. Midway is cooked. You got lightning all around Midway. O'Hare, though, maybe not. I believe our storm chaser, Evan Bunkers, is about to be ready. He's going to be rocking and rolling. And we will wait for him. Not a deep dish guy. In the TikTok, you deep dish or thin crust? What's the vibe? Deep dish or thin crust? Thank you, Daniel, for the follow and for sharing the live. Detroit style. There's a all right. All right. I like that. I don't mind that at all. Longtime Evan fan. Deep dish is infinitely better. The real question is Lou's or Giordano's. I will go Lou. I will go Lou Malnati's. I think they're both great, though. How's the weather in Texas supposed to be tonight? Well, it depends where you're at. If you're in El Paso, it's fine. If you're in Corpus or Brownsville, it's fine. But if you're pretty much anywhere else other than Houston, it's going to be stormy. We've had a couple tornado warnings. David, what's our counter? What's our counter at? 2. But there's 26 severe thunderstorm warnings. So this is so far primarily a hail event, and we haven't had a ton of tornado issues yet. I'll put it that way. The Quad Cities, the worst is just to your south in the Quad Cities right now, but it is inching to the northeast. Keep a close eye on the Quad Cities. We have Evan Bunkers about to show us his feed. I'm going to put the headphones on. Make sure he doesn't say anything out of pocket here. All right. Evan can hear me. He cannot. You guys cannot hear him yet. All right. Before I put you on the air here, you know the rules and regulations of this establishment? Actually, the TikTok can't hear him. The YouTube can't. Now the YouTube can. Can we see? Oh, and we've got his screen. Good. Good.
Sirens are going off right now here in Alexis, Illinois.
The sirens are going off. The YouTube has it. Let's bring this over to... There we go. Hey, can you figure out which way you want to go here?
Yeah, hold on. Let me look at my phone.
All right, there he is on the TikTok as well. Let me move it behind everything here. Move it in front of me. All right, what are you seeing out there, Evan? What do you see?
Right now, not a whole lot. We've just got a lot of frequent lightning. The tornado sirens are going off. Galesburg is about 15 miles from where my current position is, and we've dropped all the way down to 62 degrees. It was 80 when I left Galesburg. Like I said, the tornado sirens are going off. I think I'm going to reposition here to stay ahead of this storm. It's dropping some baseball-sized hail just off towards the west-northwest.
Now, Evan's a very experienced storm chaser. I worked with him when I worked in TV, and this is not his first rodeo. So when you say the temperatures dropped, do you think that means the tornado threat is going down? What do you think?
I do not think so. I mean, we still have a lot of spin in the atmosphere right now, but obviously only time will tell on that.
This is in Galesburg, Illinois. This is right about here. He is. Are you in Galesburg, or are you north of Galesburg now?
I can tell you my exact position. We are currently 10.8 miles to the northwest of Galesburg.
I think he's about here.
Alexis, Illinois.
Alexis, Illinois. There you go. There's a live look from Mr. Evan Bunkers, live in northwestern Illinois. You're going to reposition? Maybe you'll join us later, huh?
Yep, sounds good. Thanks, Dave.
All right. Hey, thank you, Evan. Good stuff. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love live reports on the ground, huh? Somebody said this looks nothing like Twisters. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't. It's heading northeast. Heading northeast, kind of paralleling Davenport and Galesburg. Might shoot the gap between them. Thank you, Landon. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Thank you, Pastor Walter, for the follow. Thank you, Jonathan, on the YouTube for let us know what you see later on. This storm means business here, by the way, in eastern Illinois. This is definitely producing a tornado, or is about to. Yeah, this is definitely going to produce a tornado. If you are in if you're in Sun River Terrace, luckily this is very rural. Aroma Park, this is going to cross the state line into western Indiana. Schneider, Indiana, Moments, Illinois, Eagle Island, Aroma Park. Take cover now. There is a tornado on the ground here right now near Kankakee, Illinois. That is definitely the strongest storm on the ground right now, or the strongest storm out there right now, I mean. It's heading east, going to cross the state line into Indiana here. So eventually towards, you can kind of see the path of this. It's moving basically due east. If we trace this back a little bit, that has a higher than 40% chance of producing a tornado. I'll say that right now. New information from the Storm Prediction Center. I want to get to this right now. Actually, they just issued this. We're going to give it a minute. Purple means this is an intense storm. That's basically what this means. Yeah, here's the tornado. Big stovepipe tornado in progress in Kankakee. Tornado in progress. Tracking off to the east at about, what, 30 miles an hour? Goes until the top of the hour, going at 35 miles per hour. The storm, they're going to have to update that because that tornado is on the ground. We just saw that. If it keeps on this path, yeah, Winnemac is in the path. If you're in Winnemac, watch this one carefully as it moves off to the east. Eventually, it'll probably lift a little bit to the north. I don't know if it's going to move that far to the north, though. We'll see. The farther north that it goes, the weaker that it'll get. But it has been moving due east for the past half hour or so. It got to Bourbonnais and then immediately shifted to the right. And usually when that happens, that is not a good sign. And then the tornado threat really goes up. No big update for Dyer. It looks like you'll be just far north enough that you shouldn't have major issues, at least in terms of a tornado threat. You could definitely still see hail because we had hail go through the southwestern suburbs of Chicago with that cell, but it has now moved into Lake Michigan. Also watching this cluster of storms back to the west. None of these are tornado warned right now. Just a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different severe thunderstorm warnings on those cells, all for hail. But this is definitely the storm to watch right now. Big tornado on the ground east of Kankakee, Illinois, crossing the state line into Indiana right now. One of the storms in the western part of the state did just go tornado warned, I should say. But this storm is very strong right now. So if you are in, luckily this is pretty rural, Hopkins Park, Sun River Terrace, moving further east, Schneider, Indiana, Wheatfield, North Judson. This is a pretty rural area, so that's good. It's far enough south. It's very rural. South of Highway 30. Here is a video of the tornado on the ground right now. That's a photo, sorry. There's the tornado. Very obvious that that tornado is on the ground, and the radar presentation is very impressive in a bad way. Very strong winds and a tornado on the ground there, crossing the state line from Illinois into Indiana right now. Somebody's asking about Michigan City, Indiana. That's way too far north. That's on the lake. You're not going to see any tornado threat from this. If you're anywhere north of I-80, no tornado threat, just a hail threat. Not worried about St. Louis at all. We'll see some overnight storms down there, but we're not going to see any tornado or hail threat. Might be some gusty winds. That's about it. That storm that went through Chicago weakened very quickly. It is now petered out as it's moving into the lake right now. Detroit, same story. Some storms overnight, but nothing too crazy overall. That is a nasty storm about to cross the state line into Indiana right now. And a bunch of other clusters of storms back to the west. One of these does have a tornado warning on it. Most of these are hail producers, but the tornado probabilities are going up as well. Big time pattern change coming, LJ. We'll have to make a video about that probably this weekend, or maybe just later this week. We'll talk about the pattern change that is on the way next week. It is moving out of Kankakee right now. It's probably in about the Sun River Terrace area. Where are you, Wobree? Where are you located? You live in Kankakee? Well, it's out of your way. It is not. It is passed through Kankakee right now. It is not an issue. Luckily, it's actually going to stop raining there any moment now. Let's make sure we get the latest product here. It's moved out. I know it looks like it's still there, but it has moved out. Baseball size hail. Yeah, I bet even just to your east, I bet it's close to softball size hail. It's even probably crazier to your east. Indianapolis at midnight. Not worried about Indianapolis, just some scattered storms by tomorrow morning. Yeah, there's the latest radar scan moving out right now. Uni with the follow. Thank you, Uni. Valparaiso. Storm's moving your way, but it looks like this one will miss just to the south. Aroma Park. I just saw that on the map. Where did I just see Aroma Park? Wasn't that just to the south? Aroma Park just got hit by the tornado, as a matter of fact. Or it just missed to the north. One of the two. Like the northern part of Aroma Park got hit. I bet the northern part got hit of Aroma Park. Maybe it could have actually just missed to the north. It'll be close. Lizzie and Autumn with the follows. Thank you both. Let's zoom this back out, kind of take a wholesale look of what we've got going on. We've got storms from western Michigan near Grand Rapids through northern Illinois, southeastern Iowa. Kansas City, downtown Kansas City is getting hit right now. And then we got it down into Oklahoma City, Norman near Lawton, Wichita Falls, Abilene, San Angelo, west of San Antonio. We've got storms everywhere right now, from Michigan to Mexico. It is an active night on the good old radar. Freaking out in Norman, should I take shelter? No. It's missing to your north. Oh, great. There's a tornado warning on the western side of Oklahoma City. What is this about? No, the tornado warning's to your north. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a tornado warning and potentially a tornado on the ground on the western side of Oklahoma City right now. So we've got a violent tornado on the ground in eastern Illinois about to cross the border into Indiana. And we've got a tornado warning for the western side of Oklahoma City. We've got all sorts of things going on here. West Oklahoma City's under a tornado warning. We've got, are there any, how many? And then we've got one in southern Texas. There's 6 tornado warnings. There's 24 severe thunderstorm warnings. And a partridge in a pear tree. There's a couple tornado warnings north of Peoria, Illinois. There's nothing going on in Kentucky. It's raining in a couple spots, but there's no severe weather. You'll get some tomorrow morning. Yeah, Kankakee just got smoked. I think the tornado actually probably touched down just to the east of the center of Kankakee. It'll be close. Naperville, nothing right now, but all of these storms back to the west, north of Peoria, west of Aurora, west of Joliet. This is all going to move towards Chicago tonight. This is all going to move into the Chicago metro tonight. We got to keep an eye on that storm in western Oklahoma City. Jasmine and Rachel, or I guess Jasmine shared the live. Thank you, Crystal, sharing the live. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. This is the most active day of severe weather so far this year. We've got 7 tornado warnings, 25 severe thunderstorm warnings, a moderate risk of severe weather, and a tornado warning on the western side of Oklahoma City. No reports of touchdown there yet, which is good. We've got another tornado on the ground east of Abilene, Texas, and then another one east of Del Rio, Texas, plus the violent tornado on the ground in northeastern Illinois. Did we get all that? This is the tornado in Kankakee, Illinois. That is a large tornado. Yeah, temp drops would not be good for a storm. That is the Kankakee tornado. Evelyn with the follow. Thank you. There, I mean, that's it's a big tornado. That's in northeastern Illinois. It's this cell south of Chicago, moving just about due east into Indiana right now. Violent tornado. And we've got that tornado warning on the western side of Oklahoma City as well. No, not Kentucky. Winnemac, I think Winnemac is out. Lake Village, Woodland. I mean, let's read off some cities in this tornado and who needs to take shelter. Hopkins Park, Lake Village, Morocco, Mount Ayr, Roselawn, Indiana. We mentioned Hopkins Park. Luckily, this is a very rural area where this tornado is happening right now. Another view of the tornado. Kankakee, Illinois. Oh, it's getting... Look at how much bigger it gets. It starts out as like nothing. And then it's crazy. Look at that. This is northeastern Illinois, south of Chicago. Violent tornado. Still on the ground, but moving very slowly. This storm is moving very, very slowly. Moment, Sun River Terrace. Again, this is so rural. Tanner, thanks for the follow, and Jeremiah with the follow. Hunter shared the live. Thank you. Yes, there is a tornado warning west side of Oklahoma City. West side of Oklahoma City, tornado warning right now includes the airport, Mustang, Yukon, There's the outer belt of Oklahoma City. This is OKC. Not sure if this one's on the ground, thankfully. Six tornado warnings, 23 severe thunderstorm warnings. Getting cold fast. Yeah, that makes sense. Tons of just a crazy day of severe weather. Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, Illinois, 6 tornado warnings. I don't think that one in Oklahoma City is on the ground, thankfully. This one definitely is, though. CW with a follow. Yeah, they just issued a new tornado watch that includes northern Indiana. South Bend includes the southern tier of Michigan counties as well. Does not include Fort Wayne, does include South Bend, does include Gary, Indiana. It's kind of weird how Gary is included in that, and yet Joliet is not. Interesting. Yeah, Brandon Kopic's got a pretty good view of it right now. Crazy how this cell just went just nuclear over the past 20, 25 minutes or so. Tornado crossed the highway right in front of them. Holy Toledo. Trees debarked. Wow. That is legit right there. Well, I didn't directly mean Toledo. I just meant like holy Toledo instead of saying holy something else, you know? Gotcha. Good. Fantastic. I'm in Cass County. Am I cooked? Which Cass County? I know there's a Cass County, Iowa. Let's see. Have the new watch is loaded. Okay, the one in Indiana has not came in yet. There's a new tornado warning southeastern Iowa. This is Jefferson County, Iowa. Fairfield. There's very bad radar coverage in this area. I know from working in Des Moines for a couple of years, there's very bad radar coverage in southeastern Iowa. I don't think that tornado is on the ground, but very possible. Wobree says her car windows are shattered. That is, you're in Kankakee, right? That's terrible. I mean, there's going to be some really bad damage that comes out of that area, especially at Roma Park, Sun River Terrace, just to the east of Kankakee. There'll be really bad damage. Comes out of that area. It just crossed. I don't actually think it crossed the border yet. It's right here and literally like in the middle of nowhere. It's moving so slow. I don't think it's quite to Moments. It's between, I don't know if that's Moments or Moments and Hopkins Park. It's like right here near Talmadge. That's even a city. That doesn't even look like there's anything on the map there. Very rural area here. Tons of lightning, though. Look at all that lightning. We have to keep an eye on the tornado warning that's in Oklahoma City as well. Luckily, all these storms are not moving that fast, so it's not like you're going to get surprised by any of these. Chicago is going to get smacked around a little bit, not by a tornado, but by just we've already seen some hail. There was baseball-size hail in Downers Grove about an hour or so ago. And then we're going to get these storms that are north of Peoria, west of Joliet, to kind of converge. And I bet you can see it pretty well with our 18-hour future radar. Watch as these kind of just converge and then move into Chicago, likely weakening as they do so around 10 o'clock East local time, 11 o'clock Eastern. Lots of heavy rain, though. And it's going to rain more all night. We could see a flooding threat as well. Just yucky weather in Chicago with a hail threat and a wind threat. Same story across Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth. Storms move into the Metroplex, likely weakening as they do so at about 11 o'clock local time. Tons of heavy rain. Could see a flooding threat there as well. Alex, I need to know where you live at to know the answer to that. This is tornado damage in Kankakee, or just south of Kankakee. That's at least EF2 damage. Wow. South Bend, Indiana, you're under a tornado watch. I think these storms will start to weaken as they move towards you. Like this one is looking like it's going to stay off to your south. It's also moving very slowly. Porter County, Indiana, that's Valpo. If you're in the southern half of Porter County, I would watch this storm very carefully. If you're closer to the lake, you have less to worry about. Alex, thanks for the follow. Somebody's asking about Casey, Missouri. You just had storms. If those are out, This, like, everything's moving so slowly. You'll get some more rain and maybe some thunder overnight, but likely nothing severe. Thank you, Michaela, for the follow. Katie really wants to know about Culver, Indiana. Come on over to the YouTube. It's easier for me to track comments on the YouTube. There are a lot that come in on the TikTok. So if you come to the YouTube, links in the bio, we'll get to your comments, your questions, your qualms immediately. It's near Plymouth. That's up here. I think you're under a tornado watch. Yeah, tornado watch until what? Midnight? 2 a.m. Wow, they extend that till 2 a.m. What is going on in Oklahoma City? Because if we've got a metropolitan city under a tornado warning, we've got to cover it. Looks like tennis ball size hail. Radar indicated rotation, so it looks like no confirmed tornado on the ground. It's trying, but it's failing, so that's good. There is a very distinct hook echo on this radar. But again, luckily, this is not on the ground. Yeah, tennis ball size hail there. Moving into, Oklahoma City proper. Yukon, Oklahoma, Woodlawn Park, Bethany, Oklahoma, downtown OKC. North of Moore, though, north of Moore. I meant north of Norman, too. We've got storms from Michigan to Mexico. Crazy. What a day. A lot going on. A lot going on. Griffith, Indiana. Sirens going off now. Where is Griffith, Indiana? Well, admittedly, the sirens should not be going off that far to the north. There's no threat in Griffith. I don't know why the sirens are going off. The threat is to your south. This is a large tornado still on the ground, though. Moving towards Lake Village, Indiana, Schneider, Indiana, right along that Highway 41 corridor here. There's Highway 41 right there. Schneider, Lake Village. There's Schneider. Lake Village is here. Yeah, there's Lake Village. Eventually, Roselawn. Yeah, northern. Yeah, there's nothing in Indianapolis. You're good. Michael on the YouTube asking about Novi, Michigan. It's over by Detroit. I think you'll get some storms tonight. Yeah, some wind, some lightning, but nothing too crazy. No tornado threat that far east. Just some nighttime storms. Yeah, this tornado is still on the ground here. Huge hail too, like major hail. Huge hail. What else do we have? There's what, 6 tornado warnings? 2 of those are in OKC. 1 of them are with this storm. And then what? Are there 2 in South Texas? Yeah, there's 3 in Texas. What do we got here? What do we got? What do we got? What do we have? Oh, we had a lot of views on TikTok today. Thanks everybody for stopping by. How many likes did we get? Close to over 5,000. Still 100 of us in here. Wow. Where's everybody watching from? Yeah, Chicago's going to get these storms later on tonight. No tornado threat. It's 40 degrees, and that's crazy. It's 40 degrees in Chicago, and we're talking about storms moving in later tonight. Unbelievable. We've also got the tornado warning in Oklahoma. Is anybody here in Oklahoma City? Anybody in Oklahoma City? Elkhart, Indiana, Kalamazoo. What's the temperature in Kalamazoo right now? Cincinnati, Chicago. Project Limits is in Chicago. Chicago. Oh, we had some hail reports. Cicero, we had $half size hail. We had quarter size hail near Oak Park. We had in the Loop. What do we have in the Loop? Wow, we had $half size hail in the South Loop of Chicago. That is crazy. Cincy, nah, you're not gonna get anything too crazy. Just some storm. I mean, it's going to be a messy morning tomorrow, and it's going to storm like off and on all day. It's just going to be a messy next day or so. But nothing too crazy. Not the half-mile wide tornado that's going on right here right now. That's for sure. Of course. All right. What do everybody have for dinner? Anybody have like Chick-fil-A or Chipotle? Anybody have ice cream? How could Chicago get this storm when it's very cold? Because it's even colder aloft. It's cold at the surface, but it's even colder aloft, which allows air to rise and for those storms to form. B with the follow. Thank you, B. Madison's getting curry and pot stickers. Wow. Let's see. Did that answer your question? Did I answer? Was that good enough? I tried. Hee tacos. Ooh, tacos sound good. More severe weather tomorrow. Yeah, let's talk about tomorrow real quick. There will be severe weather tomorrow in the Ohio Valley. This is today's severe weather threat. We had that big threat, Illinois, Indiana, where we have a strong tornado still on the ground right now. Luckily, a very rural area it's on the ground in. Tomorrow, big 2 out of 5 risk area. I don't know if anybody gets upgraded to a 3 out of 5. We'll see. We'll track it. If it does get upgraded, we'll be live tomorrow. But it just kind of looks like a messy day tomorrow. Just kind of storms everywhere. Nothing too strong. Nothing. We're not going to have any crazy tornadoes tomorrow. The highest threat could be across the Tennessee Valley, maybe into Mississippi. But maybe Louisiana. I mean, we're going to have storms from upstate New York all the way down to like Houston, Texas. So it'll be busy again tomorrow, but not like the ceiling, not the threat ceiling we had today. Somebody was asking earlier about Aroma Park. Here's video from earlier-ish. Or sorry, this is a photo. Stovepipe tornado there in Aroma Park. Is that tornado touching the ground in OKC right now? I don't think it is. Is it? Maybe it is. I can't. Let's see here. Maybe it did touch the ground. That's crazy. Who's got that video? Let me try to find that video. We need to find some OKC video. This is Kankakee damage. Unbelievable. Houses wiped. This is Eastern Illinois. That's EF3 plus damage there. This was a picture of the storm earlier. There's the supercell. There's your wall cloud. This was actually 5 minutes ago. I don't think this tornado's on the ground. I mean, if you see it, you see it. But the radar presentation says it's not on the ground. Should we put up Mike Morgan here on the TV? Yeah. I'm not going to show the video, but I'll show a still of this. This is not on the ground. It's a very low wall cloud. It's not on the ground. Wow. What a day. What a day. What a day. What a day. We knew it'd be busy. I don't know if we thought we'd have this many. I didn't think we'd have an Oklahoma City tornado warning, honestly, but so wow. So yeah, there was a. So I posted this morning. What's your target? Well, what's your target today? And why is it Lake Village, Indiana? The tornado right now is on top of Lake Village, Indiana. Well, maybe I should be storm chasing and not just sitting in a chair talking about it. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, it could be long-lived. I mean, at this point, it looks like it will be. And just major hail core in Oklahoma City, too. Just major hail. Phew, boy. Yeah, this tornado's not on the ground in Oklahoma City. There's not even a severe thunderstorm warning on this. Why? Reports of storm chasers hit by the tornado in Kankakee, Illinois. Yeah, we've been tracking that tornado for a while, Lisa. When we have a tornado warning in Oklahoma City, though, we got to cover it. That's the thing. That tornado, it's now crossed over into Indiana. And it has weakened some, but we do have a pretty significant storm moving right through downtown Oklahoma City right now. Alrighty. Shelby, Illinois getting crushed. Yeah. I mean, we're staying east. Kansas City's going to get some storms overnight, but the worst is going to stay northeast and south of Kansas City. Tennis ball size hail in Iowa City, Iowa. Wow. Yeah, wow. So we got tennis ball size hail at the University of Iowa right now. Wow. Significant damage. Hold on, let's show you this. There we go. Significant damage, Aroma Park. This is from that long-lived tornado in Illinois. Now moving through Indiana. Don't be like this guy and pass all the cars. Solar panels flattened. We got an Ohio State fan here. That's EF3 damage, I would say. Wow. Crazy stuff tonight, no doubt about that. That tornado near Lake Village, Illinois, is still, or Indiana, is still on the ground. It is weakening, it looks like. We are down to 5 tornado warnings, 30 severe thunderstorm warnings. Sirens going off in Kansas City. I guess, yeah, there is a tornado warning on the northeastern side of Kansas City. It's moving away from the city right now towards Liberty, Missouri City. If you're in downtown Kansas City, no worries here. This is some pretty broad rotation. I'm a little surprised they issued this warrant. I don't think this is on the ground. The rotation is right here, right in between Liberty and Missouri City right now. And it's very broad, and it's moving away from the city. So no worries with this in Kansas City. It's moving out into the rural areas of Missouri right now. I think this cell is starting to weaken some, not entirely, but some. And we've got hail, tons of hail to the north here. Wow. Yeah, Roselawn, DeMott, Wheatfield. The worst, the tornado has passed Lake Village. If you're in Roselawn, DeMott, Wheatfield. Yeah, Wheatfield, get to your safe place right now. And DeMott, Forest City, Kersey, Stoutsburg. Tornado en route to those areas right now. That tornado is definitely still on the ground. We only have 5 tornado warnings. That's one of them. We have the one in Oklahoma City, one in outside of Kansas City that is not really a concern, and then one in Texas. So this is really the main cell right now there in Indiana. Hobart, Indiana. Hobart, Indiana is not under a tornado warning. Hobart is way up here. No tornado warning that far north. Alrighty. You've got the wrong weather app then. Download the Flash Weather AI weather app. Yeah, some storms, some rain, nothing too crazy in Indianapolis. Alrighty. That's the one cell. That's really the only cell we need to watch right now. Yeah, Kankakee was hit really good, unfortunately. It was bad. Yeah, right by the fairground. Yeah, that was crazy video. Yeah, I hope we don't see fatalities out of this, but we might. We definitely might. Entrapments in Illinois. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Vincennes is fine, yeah. Vincennes is good. Fort Wayne, some storms overnight, but nothing too crazy.